Woman just rotated the wedding photo in the living room, but accidentally opened the basement door. Inside, the basement was filled with her husband's collection of adult toys. The woman, seeing this, couldn't help but burst into tears. She never would have imagined that her usually affectionate husband was secretly keeping another woman at home. 7 years ago, her husband was just an obscure little painter. She used her family connections to help him open a gallery and hold an exhibition. In the end, this turned him into a famous artist. For the past 7 years, they had always respected each other, and were the model couple in everyone's eyes. The woman thought this happy life would continue forever. But on this particular day, she accidentally found a piece of lingerie in the bathroom that she had never seen before. Noticing that the size was unusually large, the woman immediately recognized that it wasn't hers. She quickly ran to ask her husband what was going on. The man, upon hearing this, showed a confused expression. He hurriedly got up and went to the bathroom to check the lingerie. After seeing the size, he seemed a little flustered, but it didn't take long before the man came up with an explanation. He lied, saying that it was a gift for his wife for their wedding anniversary, and that the size was a mistake made by the shopping agent. Seeing that his wife was a bit suspicious, he immediately knelt down and swore. He promised that if he ever betrayed his wife, he would never have peace in his life. Under the husband's sweet words, the innocent woman quickly believed him and stopped doubting. The next morning, the family was having breakfast together when her long-lost best friend appeared silently. Every time her best friend visited, she was so sneaky, without even a sound when opening the door, as if she had been hiding in the house all along. Looking at the designer handbag her best friend was carrying, the woman began to feel suspicious. After all, her best friend's income could never afford such an expensive handbag. But to avoid making her friend feel awkward, the woman didn't ask any more questions. After breakfast, her husband told her that there was a big client at the gallery and he might be home late. The best friend, seeing this, said she wanted to go shopping, and took the opportunity to ride in her husband's car. While the woman was at home sorting clothes, she accidentally found that her husband had left some documents behind. Afraid of delaying her husband's business, she hurriedly went to the gallery to deliver the documents. But when she arrived at the gallery, she found a sign saying it was closed. She quickly called the gallery's staff, wanting to ask where her husband and the client had gone. The staff told her that the gallery had been closed for the past 2 days, and there was no big client. Just as the woman was about to call her husband, she suddenly saw him appear in the parking lot across the street. And he wasn't alone, a familiar face was with him. Looking at the conspicuous designer handbag the person was holding, the woman couldn't help but curse herself for being so naive. One was her beloved husband, the other was her best friend, and the two of them had been playing this act under her nose all along, and she hadn't noticed a thing. That night, the woman returned home in a daze, only to find that her son's face was covered in red spots. Her son had always been prone to allergies, so she quickly told him not to eat anything given to him by strangers. But her son said it wasn't from a stranger, it was from Auntie. Hearing this, the woman immediately realized that her best friend had been to their house today. Moreover, her husband often took her best friend down to the basement. Looking at the wedding photo on the wall, the woman suspected that the basement was where her husband and her best friend had been having an affair. So, she walked into the basement, determined to find out the truth.